What is the challenge of making a movie like this? Because you're coming from a comic book and they can do spectacular things in ink. It's a little tougher in real life.
It's really exciting. I mean, it's not hard when you have good people around you, and a movie this size is a real collaboration. So on the one hand, I have, you know, Terrence and Robert, and we have Jeff Bridges and Gwyneth Paltrow, all great actors, and so they're going to do their part. So you sort of work on the acting with them. Once that's locked and loaded, they're going to do their thing. And then all of this stuff that's happening behind me, this is like a military operation. I just stand back and enjoy it.
Well, I also figured if I was ever going to do one of these kinds of movies, this genre, that this would be a good time to do it before I'm too old and can't get in shape, particularly if we wind up doing more than one. And yeah, I guess of all the ones I've ever read is the one that I feel most drawn to and can relate to the most. And
Why? Why do you relate to him?
I think because there's an element of him having to come to terms with the repercussions of his actions, and also I love America so much, and I think he's someone who is providing these arms and weapons for America, and then really gets to look at the flip side of that and really see what happens when people are killed and they're going off and being used.
Where is Gwyneth, and why isn't she here today?
Well, Gwyneth plays Pepper Potts, who's Tony Stark's assistant, so I don't know that he needed any assistance getting a convoy blown up. She right now, we're obviously overseas in the east somewhere, and she's probably back home trying to clean up all the wrecks I made with all the hotties I'm seeing and the gambling debts I'm not incurring, that type of stuff. She'd taken some time off and had another kid, and to see her come back and do this film with us, and dude, if you'd seen her last Friday, it was jaw-droppingly sweet. And I say that with my wife's full approval.
Yes, let's throw that out there.
I'm glad we got the kissing scene done already. Now we can just do the rest of the movie and without all the anticipation. She was weak-kneed by the end of all those takes.
Did you really just...
No, as a matter of fact, you know what she said? She said, will you just kiss me back? This is crazy. And I was like, I'm kissing back. She goes, we try, mean it. I think she was playing with my mind.
She kind of messed with your mind.
My genius billionaire inventor's mind.
You just recently did the scene where Robert gets to kiss Gwyneth. How was it directing something like that?
All the scenes with Robert and Gwyneth together are great because they have great chemistry. And Gwyneth I've known for many years, and Robert I've gotten to know pretty well in the last couple months. And they have a tremendous amount of respect for each other and great chemistry. So that sort of goes back. Whenever you have sort of a fun scene between the two of them, it's where I come from. I come from, you know, dialogue and character and the relationship-oriented stuff and stuff with a comedic bend. You know, all the stuff that's happening back here, that's all new and fun. But when we get into the stuff that has to do with the people and conversations, character, dialogue, that's the part where I really roll up my sleeves because that's where I come from.
Speaking of your past, will you make a cameo in this?
I may make a cameo in this.
Yeah.
You have a lot of people in the comic book community who sort of pay close attention, so I don't want to say too much, but I just had a wardrobe fitting today. Let's put it that way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, part of making this authentic is the wounded soldiers, but don't worry, it's movie magic. You're okay down there, right?
10-4.
I've dubbed him Explosion Man, but really, let's get to the bottom of this. This is the guy who makes all things go boom. And you are, sir?
My name's Mark.
Mark, now tell me, what are you doing?
We're tying the wires. These leads go to our mortars, and this is our firing box. I run the wire to our boss, Dan, and he follows the actor and fires off the mortars.
He makes everything go boom.
He does.
When you were growing up, did you ever think you were going to blow things up for a living?
I did. I knew I would.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know, I've been working out, and all of a sudden... No, actually, what's silly is that with all these real rocks around us, they brought in fake rocks. Behind me is a very famous trail called Muli Road. Now, today it's Terrence Howard and Robert Downey Jr. who are shooting here. But in the past, everyone from Will Rogers to John Wayne has made movies right down there.